Here we come to Omaha, right? God bless you, Cheryl. Cheryl worked her tail off on this. Did you guys see this?
Yes.
I love this because this shows a lot of hard work. If you haven't got your Omaha World Herald, go get one today and then go get a subscription and tell them the only reason you're getting a subscription is because of this article. Because they finally had the courage to tell the truth. By no means were these women pro-life activists. Folks, they worked in an abortion clinic. And in a sense, they're implicating themselves in things that, in irregularities and crimes that happen inside this abortion clinic. But I love this, you know, they never want to give us any good press, but, you know, former clinic workers aid abortion foes, right above the little pig thing. I love it. Read this article, because what it shows, and I'll close with this, is that we're winning this case. We put together, I don't know if we have a copy machine here in the rectory or not, you can go to our website and get one of these. We have a list of allegations. I just want to read these to you. If every person in this room did one phone call and one email, if you have email. If you don't have email, make 2 phone calls. And then tell your friend, each one of your friends, your spouse, your children, to do the same thing to the Attorney General's office, asking them to look into these charges. I am certain that Leroy Carhar's abortion clinic will close because he's violating the law. Unlicensed workers are starting IVs. Nebraska statute 38-121. Unlicensed workers are dispensing medication. Nebraska statute 38-121. Unlicensed workers are assisting in surgeries. Unlicensed, can you imagine? You couldn't go to your hairdresser or to your barber and not see that little tag on the mirror that says they're licensed by the state to cut your hair. But you can go to Leroy Carhar's abortion clinic and have an unlicensed, untrained, unsupervised person giving you an IV, giving you an injection, and dispensing medication. Folks, we wouldn't tolerate it in a veterinary clinic, we wouldn't tolerate it at our barber shop, and we ought not tolerate it here. So workers must be credentialed, 38-121. Some convicted felons are performing medical duties for which they are not qualified for. Clinic Regulation 7-7006.03A3, cause for discipline. They must do background and registry checks and maintain documentation on convicted felons. Convicted felons are working under assumed names, same registration. Missing narcotics, we have another allegation of missing narcotics. Do you realize that each and every clinic must maintain a log of all the controlled substances? Now, again, I'm not there. These are allegations from people that are not pro-life activists that work inside this clinic that are going to be writing and have written affidavits submitting them to the Attorney General saying that there are missing narcotics there and that they're popping pills in there all the time. Drug use is rampant. Can you imagine? Doesn't surprise me. It happens across the country. And that's a violation of 38-178, and it's grounds for disciplinary actions. Carhar has been seen acting chemically impaired during surgeries. 38-1-78, 38-179, there's allegations that he himself is using medications. Whether they're prescribed or not, we don't know, but you can't be doing that while you're performing abortions. Or any other surgery, right? A worker witnessed a 33-week-old abortion. Now, I think it's 28-329. No abortions past the viability stage. That's a law here in the state of Nebraska. To be determined by the sound medical judgment of the physician, except to save the life and health of the mother. Folks, this language to me is very, very clear. And when you have somebody like Carhar that is manipulating the sonogram machine to show the baby to be an earlier age, just like one of his clinic workers who's now working here in Nebraska did when she worked for Mr. Tiller in Kansas, you have a clear violation of the minimum health standard. You have the clear violation of state statute, which leads us to the falsification of fetal age to make the fetuses appear not viable. 28-326, 28-329, and 28-330 all pertain to this. All reasonable precautions must be taken to ensure the protection of the viable unborn child. That's statutory language. And if Leroy Carhar thinks that he can set up a late-term abortion clinic here, I believe he's wrong. And we are going to use these peaceful, legal means that are already enacted by the good legislature of the state of Nebraska, signed into law by the governor, representing all of you, to make sure that Mr. Carhar does not open up for another day of business. So help us. Help you. Let's see this place closed down. Based on these allegations, there's no reason why Mr. Carhar should have a medical license tomorrow, and there's no reason